Okay. All right, you beautiful people. Happy Monday, big waves to you. April the 20th. Are you kidding me? I tell you, I shared this on a post the other day. I said, forever, all the people that's getting around to 2026, you better hurry. You better hurry. We're going to look up. It's going to be December. We're going to be buying Christmas presents. So, happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. And I know this about the Coach's Corner. We're not getting around to it. We're doing it now. We're doing it now. So I got to get right into this because Andrea was a little chatty this morning. No, I'm kidding, Andrea. Wings is the word for today. Wings. Now, as I looked at this, like this was a good one for Monday. Really good one. Wings are structures that enable a bird to rise, move, soar. Wings symbolize freedom, growth, support, courage, and the ability to go farther than when you started. So in life, the for me, wings are like they represent things like belief, wisdom, courage, um, preparation, faith, support from others. Who's in your corner right now? Who do you know is in your corner? Now, they might not always tell you what you want to hear. That's actually somebody good in your corner, okay, when they challenge you. Who's in your corner? They're your wings, they're your support. They're the person that's giving you some vision, belief, faith that it can happen. Here's why wings matter. None of us, none of us, no matter our age, are meant to stay stuck. None of us are meant to stop and just start surviving. I was reading when I was preparing for this word, I actually went to ChatGPT and I started looking up some things about wings and being stuck. And you know, it's scientifically proven in our body that when we stop and we're less motionless, and we stop the motion in our mental thinking, in our walking, in our going out and getting movement, in our growing, in our stretching, we're taking years off our life. Scientifically proven. So to me, God put us in this world to be in motion, to have wings, to soar, to find ways that we got to grow. Like wings remind us that growth, it's not just about surviving. It's about developing. It's about developing strengths. It's about getting over limitations, getting over fear. How many of you's got like there's something in your life that once you had PTSD? Not like I shouldn't say once. Maybe you got PTSD. You're like, man, I did that once. God, I came up short. I don't know if I can do it again. I was doing a training this weekend in Colorado Springs, and I said, just attach when you start doing all that negative talk, just attach, that's just the way I like it. I don't know if I can do that again, and that's just the way I like it. I'm tired of being broke, and that's just the way I like it. Right? What are we telling ourselves? Because God put us on this earth to thrive, not to survive, to have these wings, to soar, to grow, to fight limitation, all this stuff. And if we don't use it, we're merely taking a gift from God and putting a ceiling on it. That's what we're doing. So we're strengthened through challenges. Just because I didn't flourish one point in my life in the stock market, does that mean investments are a bad thing? No, go do it again. Just learn, right? What if I didn't thrive in my business? I posted something in Partner Co Nation today about partnership marketing. If you're in our business, I challenge you to go look at it. But it's like most people don't succeed because the minute they're slapped, the wings don't go out again. And we're meant to soar. We're meant to grow. We're meant to develop as humans. So if we want to go higher in this life, relationships, and I'm talking to myself, ladies and gentlemen, relationships, business, finances, all the things, my health, if we want to go higher, we need strong wings. We need like not just big wishes, not just I'm going to get around to it one day, because we're going to look up 2026 is going to be gone. When are we going to get around to it? And you know when the best day to get around to it is? Today. Today. All right, Andrew Rosser, this was a good one for me.
I like this
My
too.
butt a
And
little bit. I got in late last night from Colorado Springs. I'm like, oh, I'm probably just going to sit around a little bit. And then all of a sudden, this wings topic come out. I mean, I'm like motivated now.
well, go get it, coach. And we've
All
got to
right.
give a shout out to Pat because this was from her book. We're just going through it from start to finish. So we're some words that I wouldn't anticipate being a word of the day. So this one kind of I had to look into and figured out like where what direction to go, but I really liked it. So Rumi says, this is a quote that says, "You were given wings, learn to use them and fly." And that all sounds well and good, but how? Like, how do we use these wings? How do we soar in this life? I saw that, oh, who said in the chat that her word of the year was Nancy. Her word of the year was soar. And I love that. So how do we soar in this life? How do we grow those wings? So first of all, we've got to strengthen our mindset. So we can't fly higher than our thinking allows. So we've got to guard those thoughts and feed our mind really, really well. So you guys know how to do that. We plug into positive sources like the Coaches Corner, right? And other communities that allow us to, see that we can do a little bit more. Next, we've got to get comfortable leaving the nest. So growth feels awkward before it gets beautiful. And our new levels usually require us to feel really uncomfortable first. So we got to jump out of that nest sometimes, even when we really don't want to. Next is to build strength in private. So our wings need to be developed before they're displayed. So our quiet discipline, the things that we're doing, what's the saying? What you do in private shows up in public, right? So when you read in private, it shows up in your conversations and your vocabulary. When you exercise in private, it shows when you go out and you try to do something harder. When you do self-development, it shows up in all aspects of life. Like if those things that we do quietly that nobody knows about are going to show up later, and that's how we develop those wings. Next, we've got to stop clinging to the things that keep us grounded, and I don't mean grounded like walking barefoot in the dirt. I mean, grounded are the things that kind of anchor us in one spot when really we need to be moving. So there are some habits, there are some relationships, there are some fears that we have that act like ankle weights and in a way that, they're just anchoring us in a space that we shouldn't be. So we can't soar when we're dragging old baggage. So we got to figure out what we're clinging to because sometimes we like those habits, right? We like those things that we realize are keeping us stuck, but maybe we're a little afraid to let them go. So just work on letting go of some of those things that are weighing us down. Next, we've got to trust the process of becoming and remind ourselves that baby birds do not fly perfectly on day one. We've got to give ourselves grace to learn and to grow and to move forward and realize we're going to stumble and that's okay because we're all human here. None of us have to be perfect. We can let those hard seasons train us because sometimes we're going to, like I said, we're going to stumble and we're going to hit up some resistance. We're going to have some things that are going to feel perhaps like a little bit of punishment. We're like, woe is me. Why is this happening? But that's just a way for us to get stronger, right? You don't build a good sailor by sailing smooth seas, right? You got to get some of those waves, you got to get some of those storms. So we need that as well in order to get stronger. And then lastly, we can use these wings to help others rise as well. Everything is better when we do it together, right? Isn't that our hashtag, better together? So, real leadership, real growth is not just about helping ourselves and flying well ourselves. It's showing others that they were made to fly as well. So, I love this one. I thought it was fun for a Monday morning. Definitely took us in a whole different direction than I was expecting. Coach, you're muted.
Absolutely. No, this was a great word this morning to start on this Monday. Guys, we love you. And I want to say this, we got like a 1 minute left. Um, I've had some reach outs by some of you, and thank you for that. Like as I've been traveling and stuff, you're like, hey, praying for you, this and that. This community right here, really, when you think about it, guys, Canada, United States, we have people in the Philippines, Australia, like people from everywhere, and then the people that watch the recording. And it's since 2020. Like, think about it. 2020, this community has been made up and it just continues to just amaze me. So thank you. We love you. We're so grateful for you. And we hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you, Coach. You guys have a
You
beautiful
guys, great
Monday. We'll
job,
see you
Love you
back
ladies.
guys.
tomorrow.
Grateful
You
for you.
guys.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great
Bye,
day,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you for your time
Thank you.
today.
To
Bye.
Maui. Have a great day.